unlock creativity. Okay, I am really excited to share this nugget of secret sauce with you. So, the first thing I would love for you to do is to say hi and let me know if you feel like your homeschool needs more creativity. This is something that I struggled with at first, and I honestly feel like I didn't start to nail it until my kids started to age out of being home in homeschool. 5 kids, and I always have told people as the journey progressed that by the time I'm done with my last homeschooler, I'm going to nail it. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about adding creativity into your homeschool and how do you unlock it, right? Because we want homeschool to be fun. It's what we signed up for. We didn't sign up to chain our kids at a desk from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon and to make them produce academically perfect penned things. We homeschool because we want to inspire learning. We want to inspire curiosity. We want to inspire delight, right? We want to ignite passion for our kids so that as they grow and as they choose what it is that they're going to do, that they carry those lessons with them. They carry how to approach learning something with enthusiasm, excitement, and just that feeling of sitting on the edge of their seat, like, oh my goodness, what am I going to learn today? So first, in order to add creativity into homeschool, the very first thing, and this will probably be a broken record for a while, but slow down, right? We are not in a race. Don't make the mistake of comparing your house, your kids, your homeschool with mine or hers or theirs. Your homeschool is unique to you. Nobody else has the same makeup that you have inside of your house. So set aside all of those preconceived expectations. Slow down and start to be super intentional about how you are infusing curiosity with your kids. So I'm about to share some super, super secret sauce with you. And I want you to do me a favor right now. Say hello in the comments below. Hit all of like whatever the bells and whistles so that it helps keep this going. Because there are so many homeschool moms out there, like you, like I was, that are weighed down and frustrated and discouraged. And so help spread this around so that we can kind of link arms together and that we can encourage each other on the journey. Okay, so here is how you add creativity into homeschool. You have to work backwards. Now, it always helps to have kind of a backdrop to think about. So imagine that you want your kids to learn about the solar system. That's just pulling a rabbit out of my hat. So what you do is you decide, okay, by the time we're done learning about the solar system, what is that end thing gonna look like? And these are not solar system related, but I'm going to show you what an example of some end products could look like. And I use the word product because our kids want to produce something that they're proud of, right? These are the types of things that they'll create that they won't want you to throw away. And it could be as simple as finding a cutout of an astronaut and then putting their face inside the astronaut. Now, this is not an astronaut, so obviously this is one of my kids. Micah, you're welcome. When we were studying something, and we were talking and making puppets. So maybe that is an end product where we create a picture, we color it, we add their face, and then we write some kind of a script. So I collected projects that kids could complete, and I would splay them out on the table. And I would say things like, this year, we're going to create 6 projects. And every time we get ready to do a project, you will get to choose from one of these projects. By the end of the year, you will have completed all 6 of these types of projects. So I want you to think, when we talk about space, or we talk about Native Americans, or we talk about what else is in here? We talk about who you are. What kind of a project do you want that to be at the end? Because then we will design it together. So in order to work backwards, I would put these types of things on the table. I would say, and I would collect them, or I would create them myself. So maybe one project is going to be a folder with some artwork with some worksheets on the inside. Okay. Maybe an end product is going to be a foldable book that'll have categories or topics, and then inside you will be able to record what it is that you learned. If we were doing space, maybe it would be planets or moons or orbits or asteroids or whatever it would be with the solar system. This one might be hard to see. Maybe we're going to create a spinner using, those brads that poke through. And so as we are studying, you'll create one piece of the information on there. And then at the end, you'll have a spinner that will reveal different things that you've learned. So we've got foldables, we've got books. We did tons of these little mini booklets together. And I would lay these on the table, and I would say things like, maybe you want to create a activity book where you get to be the teacher and you're creating activities for other people to do. And so the idea was that we would have all of these different things to choose from. Maybe it would be a formal report. This is an actual one that one of my kids did. Maybe it'll be a formal report that has pictures and maps and even some writing, because we do writing in homeschool. Maybe it'll be something as simple as a collection of things that have to do with a letter or a theme that we keep together, and at the end you've created your own booklet. Or maybe it'll be a pocket type book that at the end you'll have this incredible thing. Now this is more than a month's worth of work. This is probably a whole year's worth of social history. But then each week we would create activities and things, and they would be filed in the pockets. So what I did was I would help my kids. If you saw the video this morning where we did the mark out the word said, you can create your book of words that are against the law for you to use in creative writing, not in the rough draft, but in the final draft. And you can create your own jail book of words that you're not allowed to use. Or you can even create artwork where the kids draw a picture and then they dictate to you, or they write what is going on in the picture. So kind of a year in the life of your child. So working backwards, you have all these projects on the table, and your kids say, you know what, for this thing on the space, I want to do a pocket project. So now you reverse engineer it. So you send the kids out to play. You go, okay, this is what you're going to do. We're going to shake. And I made my boy shake on it. We're going to shake on that. This is the project that you will complete as we study this. When we're done, we can decide whether or not it's the type of project that you want to repeat. Sound good? And we would shake. So say they chose the space and they want to do a pocket type book from there. They go play, and then you would look there with your curriculum and you would say, okay, This is going to take us 6 weeks. These are the major chunks that we're going to do. Here's some ideas for what we can do in the pockets. Now, don't be overwhelmed. One of the things that I'm doing inside of my Patreon page, it's going to be changed different. It's a tiny little membership corner. And this is good news for you if you're on the inside. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is I am going to be creating projects, and I'm going to be giving you, this is how you do it. And I'm so excited about it. So don't be overwhelmed as you're looking at all of these projects and going, Becky, I can't put together a collection of all of these things for my kids. First of all, remove the word can't from your vocabulary, because of course you can. You can take a weekend and you can search on Pinterest or whatever, and you can make samples of what these things can look like. But I want to show you this one, because especially if you're on the inside, this is one of the exclusive ones that I'm doing inside the Patreon page. But imagine that this is the end project, okay? It's a piece of paper that has all of these different spaces. It has this house size space, and it has these different areas. You would give your kids a template where, as they're studying, they're going to be filling out they're going to be recording what they know. Now, don't qualify necessarily what it needs to look like. Well, you can decide together. The finished project will be in cursive, in black and white, pictures, pencil. We're going to grade spelling. We're not going to grade spelling. So you give the kids kind of the benchmarks. But if this was the end project for space, you will be touching this piece of paper with your kids every day, and they would be filling in one more little piece of information. Does that make sense? So at the end of 6 weeks, or however long your unit is, they're going to end up with this nice little foldable that you can put on a piece of cardstock paper. And on the front, it can say, what I learned about space. And then when grandma or that nosy neighbor next door comes over, or whoever, your husband comes home from work and he's like, what have you kids been learning? They'll open up their paper and it will be filled with all of this amazing wonder. Now, if you want this kind of stuff for you, I'm actually wondering if this is the kind of kit that you would like to receive, where you have an assortment of projects and things to splay on the table for your family, for your kids, that then you can cherry pick. This is what our project is going to be this month or this year, depending on the size. Is this something that you would like to see me put together? Because I can see it coming at you in a couple different ways. I can see it coming in a printable type form where it could have a QR code, and then you zap that with your phone, and then it'll take you to the video that shows you how to fold this piece of paper. Because here's the reality, Mama. There's a million homeschool bloggers out there, right? There's a million of us. I don't need to tell you what you need to teach your kids. You know what you want your kids to learn. My job is to help sprinkle the magic. My job is to show you the things that will make homeschooling more fun. And I want to give you such a buffet of resources and things that at the end of your homeschool journey, you're like, oh my gosh, I nailed this homeschool thing, because you will have these types of projects that don't matter. So bear with me for a second. You'll have these types of projects that'll create kind of the breadcrumbs behind you of where you go. But more than that, please hear me. As you're doing these types of things with your kids, you are developing creativity, passion, excitement, fun, joy, and memories. And that's why we homeschool. We homeschool because we want to be the ones that see the light bulbs go off in our kids' minds. We want to see that smile break across their face. When they do something that's challenging, look at this kind of a fold. This is not an easy fold. This is a hard fold. Most of my kids, most of their projects were this kind of a fold, where they would make little mini booklets and then they would present their whatever it was they were doing. Some of my kids hated this kind of stuff. So you know what we did? I taught them how to make PowerPoint presentations. And I would create an outline that would give them instructions, and it would be black and white. And their job by the end of the fill in the time would be to create an amazing PowerPoint presentation. Sometimes they would even stand and deliver that PowerPoint presentation. It was fantastic. So how do you add creativity into homeschool? Your kids need to see creative things to be able to imagine creative things. Does that make sense? Until you know that you can do a foldable book and that's where you can record your worksheets, until you see that, you might not think of that as something that you can do with your homeschooler. Until you see a pocketbook, these blew my mind. When I saw these for the first time, I mean, who doesn't love Evan Moore? Until you see these, you don't even think to go, oh, big, huge construction paper, folded, made into pockets. And then we can collect the things that you just don't know until you see it. Your kids are the same way. They need to see the project before they can imagine completing the project. But then to make it really valuable and an integral part of your toolkit is that you give them a selection, you let them choose what they're going to do, you let them play, you design it, but then you get their buy-in, you get them to shake on the fact that they're going to complete it. It's like trying something like Brussels sprouts or asparagus for the first time. Try it, swallow it. You have to take 3 bites, and then you can tell me that you don't like it. And maybe we'll try it again in 6 months or a year. These types of projects have so much value in them. They're building fine motor skills. They're building creativity. They're unlocking these creative juices as your kids are learning. Super important.